Hi guys, I hope you're all good. Welcome back. In today's video we're going to be installing the HJS downpipe. It's going to open up the sound, it's going to get a little bit more flow with a high flow sports cat, and it's also going to enable us to go stage 2, so this one's a really cool one. This is the part that I've had the longest, and I bought it just before Christmas, sort of when I came back here, and I've had the car a few months and it's taken me this long to get it on. That was just sort of analysis paralysis, didn't really know, I was a bit scared about tearing the car down. I'm a little bit more confident now, so we're going to give it a go. Hopefully it all goes well. We're just letting the car cool down because I've driven it into the garage. It's already on jack stands, so let's get started. So just here's the downpipe, over to the right's the turbo, and then there is a cable coming up here which is the O2 sensor, and it just plugs in around here. We're just going to unplug that first. Alright, cool. Should be able to go. Keep on clipping it. Okay, that broke off. I'm not sure it's too important, hopefully not. It made it come out nice and easy anyway. Alright, so this I've just loosened off. It's a 6mm Allen key, and I've just realised there's 2 bolts on either side of the downpipe at the top that I need to get to, but now it's on jack stands, it's going to be a bit trickier. So we're just removing this, I think, dog bar mount, but we're just removing the bolts actually, so then we can rock the subframe back and forwards, and that means we can get the drive shaft out the way, and hopefully we will be able to get the downpipe out a little bit easier. Alright, so there's 2 bolts. The long one goes in the back and the short one in the front. Now it should enable us to be able to rock. There you go, you can see. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I can actually rock that a little bit now. Alright, so this is a complete pain. I've managed to get a deep well 13mm socket on. Now we're going to try and attach the ratchet.
A few moments later.
There we go. Whew. That's it. A lot harder to do than the left side, but it's off. So we're just going to finish undoing this clip here. Attaches the downpipe to the turbo. Again, 6mm Allen key on this one. I've already loosened it off, so I don't need it. And I will be replacing this clamp just because of how many kilometers are on the car. There we go. She's loose. the old clamp. And the downpipe is kind of off. So next we're just gonna undo this sleeve here. That connects to the new exhaust that we put on. And there's a rusty old downpipe. So this resonator is gonna go. And we'll have more flow through here up into the turbo with the high flow sports gut. Alright, cool. That moves about. So now we're just removing the 2 bolts holding the hanger in. Loosen it off here. So everything's taken off the car, so the downpipe isn't actually attached to anything anymore. The only thing is we've got to get it through this hole here, which is a little bit too small, so we're going to remove the drive shaft. But before that, we're going to mark it. Hi guys, it's day 2. I managed to get the downpipe unbolted from the car, but not removed. It's in between the drive shaft and the heat shields, and I struggled with 2 of the heat shields to try and take off. It was getting quite late, so I went for some food and decided to start again today. Had a little research and found 1 bolt that I was missing. I can't really see or couldn't see yesterday, so I'm going to remove that bolt, and hopefully that allows me to access the 2 heat shields, remove the drive shaft, and then the downpipe should come out a little bit easier. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's get to it. Alright, so you see this one, I took the nut off, and the one up to the right still has the nut on it. So that one will release the heat shield on top of the right drive shaft, and then that will allow me to access the second bolt to take the heat shield off the prop shaft that's in the way of the downpipe right now. Okay, so now you can see just here the second one's been taken off, and then that means that this heat shield now I can access this bolt much easier, and that's what's going to get us the heat shield off that's covering the drive shaft bolts right now. Let's remove this heat shield here. Let's see if we can get it out. And now we can access these last 2 bolts to remove the drive shaft. And then the drive shaft just pulls out and pops to the left. Hopefully it'll give it enough room to get this out. Alright, so this was tricky. We've got all 3 bolts out. That one is out, but it's still just left it in. And what I had to do, because my deep well socket was too much, it just kind of ran in the head off. I put a pry bar up here and pulled the engine this way, and that raised the drive shaft enough for me to pop it out. So next we're going to pry it the other way, put a block of wood in, and then this drive shaft's going to be moved to the left. Alright, so we're getting this drive shaft's out. See how much gap we've got? The O2 sensor's still attached to the downpipe, so hopefully it won't be too hard to get this out. Now I'm not sure if this bearing's damaged. I don't know how rough you can be with it. I've been as gentle as I can with getting the drive shaft out and prying it open with the pry bar and sticking a piece of wood in it. Stop it coming back was a bit difficult, so hopefully we haven't damaged anything. And now we'll do a little time lapse trying to get this downpipe out. that's what it looks like. There's a turbo, there's 20. Now when I pulled it out, this did get all bent up, but I pushed it back. Doesn't seem to be too bad. Wow. Okay, so there's the new downpipe. And then just, you can't see because of the light, there's no light. My torch went out, but just there is where we put this. Oxygen sensor. That's the first thing we unplugged at the beginning of the video. Put that back in, and then it's gonna get routed across the back again, and then plug back in over here. So let's pop that on, and then we'll start bolting everything up. Okay guys, we're finally getting somewhere. The downpipe is in, it's hanging on the two hangers. It's attached to the exhaust but not fully tight. And now we're going to put these two nuts back on, left and right, just how we took it off, and then we'll put the clamp around this bit. So I took the car for a drive. There was quite a lot of vibration inside the cabin and through the pedals. So I went back under the car, took the pendulum mount off, and noticed the front two bolts were quite distorted and stretched, and they looked like they were about to fail. So I had an APR mount lying about ready to put on. So I went back under, stuck that on, and this is it. We're going to put this back bolt in, this 15mm first. And then the two in the front just here. Alright, so there's the new mount. Looks cool. It's a shame it's underneath the car, but looks awesome. So these are 15mm. They get torqued to 73 Newton meters. And sorry, these are 17mm. These get torqued to 73 Newton meters. And this is 15mm at the back, and that gets torqued to 100 Newton meters. So we're going to do that now. Snug them up, and then put the skid plate back on. Awesome guys, the pendulum mount's on. The bolts are all fresh, they're not torque to yield anymore, so single use or anything like that. Like I said, the back one was 100 Newton meters and the front two were 73, so I did that. I'm glad that we did have the APR mount, because the bolts, the two little ones at the front, when I took them out, were all mangled up and the threads are all mashed up, so they were probably going to fail at some point, so I'm glad that we got them out the car. For the meantime, we're not going to take it for a drive. We've got something else setting, so maybe tomorrow, but I do have a cold start. I'm going to put that on. This was a really hard job. This was really frustrating. There was no room for the downpipe. The drive shaft had to come out and things like that. I'm glad I did it, but really tough. Not sure I'd do it again, but there you go. It's the first for everything. So thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.